Hi.
Hello.
Yay! Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I am so glad that we are getting to stream today. It is July 19th, so it is the second stream of July, I believe. But anyway, we have some really wonderful guests with us here today. I'm incredibly excited to have Joy, Amelia, and Emily here. But we're just going to go around, introduce yourself, talk about what you're working on today. For those that may or may not know you, I don't know how they wouldn't, but like, just in case. And also, who doesn't love to yap about writing? So yeah, go ahead, Joy.
Hello, as you gathered, my name is Joy, and I also have a YouTube channel, Write with Joy. And today I will be working on my second draft of Project Phoenix, which is sorry, I completely forgot to think about what I was going to say in my brain. So it is a high fantasy with gothic vibes and a romantic subplot, and it is coming along. I'm a little bit in a crisis. I fear that my plot might explode, but it's fine. Everything is fine. I brainstormed. I wrote down 2,500, actually nay, it was 3,000 words of just pure brain dump brainstorming because I needed to stop writing. I was like, I can't go forward anymore. I need to unpack this and unravel this a little bit. So that was my day so far, and now I'm ready to try to dive back into the draft. So yeah, I'm like 27,000 words into the second draft, I think, at this point. So I'm not quite done with part one, and I'm thinking I'll divide it into 4 parts. That feels natural to me, based on how the plot is. So I'm nearing the end of part one, and yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
You're going so fast. That's actually incredible.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy progress. Okay, I guess I'll go. I'm Amelia. I'm writing a dystopian sci-fi project titled Eternum. I'm still trying to write the inciting incident. I have been struggling with it for a long time. Okay, it's been killing me. But I just hit 15K words, so making progress. I'm a very slow writer, so that's big for me. Okay. And yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's Amelia is Writing, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to. I don't know if I'm gonna write tonight. I already wrote 5 hours today, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably just gonna hang out.
See what you love to give.
Yeah, I'm tapped out, guys, but I'm here in spirit.
Yes.
Love it. Well, hello, my name is Emily. I also have an AuthorTube channel here on YouTube. It's Emily H. Thompson, I think. I always get my own handle wrong.
It is.
That's my bad.
I can confirm. I've written it down multiple times.
Incredible. I am working on draft 1 of Project Stargazer, which is my celestial-inspired portal fantasy. I'm still working on draft 1. It's been a year and a bit. I'm very much ready to be done with draft 1, but we're still in it, so hoping to make a little bit of progress there. Yeah, I need to work on my pitch for Project Stargazer, so that's a work in progress. But yeah, that's me. Super excited to be writing with you ladies this evening. It's going to be so fun. I haven't gotten a chance to write yet today, and I wanted today to be a writing focus today, so I'm hoping that we can make some good progress this evening. But yeah, super excited to write together.
Okay. Also, I loved your Instagram post.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, this is everything. It's so put together, and I feel like I'm so ready for the world. I'm ready to read it. I'm so ready.
That makes me feel so good. It feels so messy in my brain. So whenever anybody else is like, it sounds so cool. I'm really excited to hear more about it, to read it. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was so good. It makes me want to do it, but then I'm like, but then I have to actually, yeah. I actually have to do it.
No, I have drafts of okay, we have this planned out for when I finally do this, but I've yet to do it.
Yep.
But it's fun. It's a good productive procrastination method when you want to work on your book, but you're really not feeling like you have any words to give.
I'm a productive procrastinator to my core.
Oh, me too. Mm-hmm. Me too. I think it might be a writer thing.
Yeah. See, a big portion of my day job is social media management and creating content like that. So by the time I'm done with my day job, I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. That's my problem. So that my Instagram is so barren. Because I'm like,
It's just crickets.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, YouTube is already so much time. How am I gonna find time to also create Instagram posts?
Yeah,
I'm like,
and write your dang book. Like that's
I
the main
know.
priority. Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
It is a full-time job.
So much.
Well, my name is Hannah. You guys are on my channel. It is HGF Writes. Today I'm working on Project AOS, Project Ace of Spades, my YA religious fantasy science fiction novel. I always mess up the words. I recently realized that I need to add 2 more chapters, and that by the end of draft 2, it'll probably be 100K. So yay for me. But we're vibing with it. And I guess we should check up on the chat, see how everyone is doing. Nicole is here.
Hello.
He is the moment. Hello, Nicole. How are we doing? Are we doing good?
Ooh.
You're alive.
Define good. I think we're all surviving today.
We are hanging in there. We are there, but barely. Also, Kara's here.
Hello.
The woman of the hour. I'm so happy that you're here, Kara. Let's see. Nicole is working on her dark academia fantasy dual POV novel. Hope to hit 14K in the stream. That is awesome.
Okay, that sounds right up my alley. I'm already excited.
Like, I love dark academia. Like, if I the last thing I expected to be writing was my project because of how much I love dark academia. Like,
yeah.
I love it so much. Chapter 22 of Seaside Princess, I love Seaside Princess, would be a dream to finish this chapter.
Sending good vibes.
Yeah, I know.
You can do this.
You can do it. You can do it.
Also, Evelyn Black is here. So excited for this lineup.
Hello.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Evelyn, you're so sweet.
Everyone's saying good luck. All the besties together facts. Also, I'll be doing an essay on the business practices of Taco Bell.
Okay, me.
Okay.
Love it.
More information, Evelyn. What is the context?
I'm like, give me everything. Like, I have a fear of food. Like, let me know everything that's happening.
Ooh, Taco Bell. I don't know if you should.
There's a reason I never eat meat from there.
Here.
I never. I'm good with my cheese quesadilla.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blast. Okay, Ian's here.
Hello, Ian.
Even better. Come on. Everyone's saying hello to Ian. They agree with you, Joy. They felt that for real. Miranda Wells is here. Hi, Miranda. I'm so glad you're here. Margot is here.
Hi, Margot.
I'm a writer too. At least I want to be an author.
Same.
Honestly, that's where we're all at. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all just hoping, wishing, praying. Yes, Emily ate with facts.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
It was so good.
I have never finished a storybook / book, so I'm hoping that the new one that I've started to write will be finished this time. Hey, you got this. I know a ton of people that have just started writing their first book after like mini field projects and did it.
I look the same.
I've never written a book. If it makes you feel good.
In the exact same boat that you are at this very moment.
100%. You can do it. Even if it, honestly, just FYI, my book is so bad. So please know.
Girl, shush.
I actually don't. Amelia? No.
But just know that, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
It's allowed to suck the first time.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to
And
have
the second
something
and
in order to
third,
edit.
fourth.
Everyone's saying you got this. Oh, hi, Ryan. I'm so glad you're here. And we have yes, Project AOS. She is hanging by a thread. I'm trying to write an enemies to lovers book, and so far so good. I'm actually on chapter 2.
That's exciting.
I love enemies to lovers. I will like.
I know.
That is. Yeah. I can't. It's just the best.
It never gets old.
True. Oh, I just completely skipped. Hi. Glad you're here, Beth.
Hi.
I'm just
love that.
but here for the vibes. real.
Love it.
And thank you so much for your. Okay, that's to Ian. Thank you, Ian. It's for my summer business class, and I did not pick Taco Bell.
Okay.
I was assigned, unfortunately.
Listen, okay, but Evelyn, if you could have chosen like a business to write this essay on, I'm curious which one you would have chosen.
That's a great point. I'm going to not say your username because I feel like my brain is like stuttering and then stopping again. Yeah, I had this one idea for the plot of my book for years and just started now more seriously. That's awesome. I love that. That's honestly good that you've had a lot of like ruminating time. That's really important.
Yeah.
This is so cute. It's like peeping on the besties FaceTime session. That's so sweet. Thank you, Taylor. I love that everyone shut down on me.
This is
Everyone's like, you're lying.
Honesty, guys.
You're lying.
We're here to support.
It's a first draft. It's okay to be objectively not good.
This is true.
Facts. Okay, so I think we've gone through all the comments. So I think we're ready to start writing. How are we feeling time-wise?
I mean, I'm honestly fine with anything.
Because, like, I can do up to 4 days now. It's bad.
Oh, wow. 40 is, that's a lot of time.
That's nuts.
Like, locked in. Like, I don't think we should start that way at all.
Yeah.
So you guys reel me back down.
I mean, I think that my personal go-to, we don't have to do this. I usually just go with 30 minutes.
I do 30 as
my
well,
standard. Yeah. But like, I'm fine with, I genuinely will do whatever. It does not matter to me.
Same.
30?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do 30.
Okay, wait, I never pulled up Focus. Oh my god.
Good. I know, that happens to me sometimes. I'm like, wait a minute.
I have every single other thing that I could possibly need except for Focus. See, share screen.
Should we think of some sort of question for people to leave for next?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a really good idea.
Questions about something.
Yes.
Do we want to theme the questions or just have like free for all? Sometimes it's fun to have like a themed question.
I'd be down for a theme.
Yeah, me too.
I couldn't come up with a theme.
Oh no, why did I?
Why? Writing.
Have been the one to suggest.
Maybe inspiration. Something to do with inspiration?
Oh,
I don't know. Something to do with movies?
Or like we've all, I don't know, could be, because like sometimes when people are streaming, like everyone's revising at the same time, like revision questions would make sense, but we are kind of in like a mixture, but we all have done / are doing first drafts, so it could be about first drafts. I don't know, because I want it to be like relevant to
that'd be good.
Maybe that was a bad idea.
I think first draft is good. First draft questions.
Okay.
I like that. That's perfect. Okay, everyone leave the first draft question.
Wait, what did Ian say? According to the movie Demolition Man, A Brave New World, Taco Bell was the only restaurant to survive the fast food wars.
Now that's a fun fact.
Brave New World retelling.
I adore that.
I didn't know there was a Brave New World retelling. I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh my
Brave New World is crazy.
It is. It's definitely interesting, that's for sure.
I was like, what is going on when I read that book?
Yeah.
Okay, I will pull up the, wait. I never even typed in the amount of time we're doing. We're doing 30. Yeah. Oh wait, it's already there. Oh my gosh. Perfect.
Here we go. It was meant to be here this whole time.
Are we ready to start?
Totally.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Hello.
Hi. How did it go, everybody?
I can't write anymore. Oh my god.
Oh
I am so
no.
dead. But I did write, which I didn't think would happen.
Here you go.
That's really good.
I also moved my desk down.
That
Can't stand anymore either.
Understandable.
is, I could not imagine writing for 5 hours. I think the most I've written a day is like 4 something.
A lot of it's just kind of sitting there and like, wow, I can't do this anymore.
You're just looking at the screen like,
Yeah, so much brain power. Do you allow yourself to do like writing adjacent activities, like more like brainstorming and stuff like that? Like what?
Yeah. Going back to the outline and like adjusting the outline because that's a whole other conversation. But I did upload my video for tomorrow. So that was
Good. I'm excited.
I'm so excited, Amelia. I'm gonna be there. I'm so ready. How did it go for you, Joy and Emily?
For me, honestly, I kind of hit a rhythm. I was so relieved. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know for sure if all of this is gonna stay, but I wrote 561 words, and like I just felt like it was working. Like I don't know. I think the brainstorming and the brain dumping earlier today helped me a lot. Let's just put it that way. With like making progress in the draft again. So that was really good to make me feel more comfortable. So yeah.
I'm so glad. Is that jelly or is that bean, Amelia?
Oh,
emotional support. He's like my soul dog. We're like best friends.
That's so sweet.
so sweet.
How did it go for you, Emily? I almost said Amelia.
Honestly, different variations of the same name, so completely different.
It's true.
Mine was okay. I haven't written in a couple of days, so I was kind of thinking I would get into it faster than I did. So what I've been doing is kind of like mapping out some major plot beats because I've been running into a little bit of tension at the end of Act 1, trying to make sure that everything happens in a way that the plot requires in order to move forward, but I also don't want it to feel contrived and like I've just put them in these situations in order to move the plot forward. So doing a little bit of fine tuning. So no actual words, but I've just been like trying to like sketch stuff out on my little notepad and then going back and reading some of the chapters that I've written in Act 1 and seeing where I've sort of planted some seeds and how to move some stuff around. So yeah, no words officially, I guess, but hopefully next session is a little bit more word forward, we'll say.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love a notebook moment.
Honestly.
Whenever I love the notebook moments.
Yeah. It's important to gather your thoughts. Sometimes I feel like I do dive into writing a little bit too soon and then I like panic. Yeah. It's like jumping in the deep end of a pool and I'm like, wait a second, I wasn't ready.
Can I swim? I think so.
All right.
Yep.
No, that's so real. It was an interesting sprint for me, you guys. I realized that I need to like redo 3 of the chapters that I've already edited. Which situation? But I think that it'll make the book better. But the problem is I just want to be done with this book now. But you know, it's okay. I'll figure it out. Maybe. Hopefully on the timeline that I want it to, but probably not.
Yeah, I get that.
While we were writing, Ari showed up.
Ari!
Oh, Ari, hi!
She is
Hi,
here,
Ari.
arrived. And we also got 3 questions.
Oh, I thought I saw more than that. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, there's
like
really I lied. You're so right.
I was seeing them pop up and I was like, oh, you guys are cooking with the questions
we'll
today.
Start at the beginning and see how far we can get through. But for our first question, this is the first one, right? I'm not missing any.
I think that's the first one, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. How much did you know about your characters during the first draft, and how much are you discovering throughout it? That is a great question. What to think about this one? When you know, you may speak.
Oh man, I thought I knew everything about my characters, and then I found out I don't know anything about you guys.
That is what happens. Yeah.
My main is it echoing?
It
No,
echoed
you're
for 1
good.
second, but then it was fine.
Okay. My main characters, I knew like about 50% of. I thought I knew 100%, and then I found out, I actually know like 50%. And they turned out to be like actually a lot more. I don't want to say bad people, but they're complicated.
Yeah, like a little bit more morally ambiguous, maybe.
Yeah, not as like straightforward as I was expecting, especially Animus. I thought she would be more. Sorry, Bean is drinking water in the background. I thought she would be more like ready to change things, and like my book's about a revolution, so I thought she would be like, but she's actually more just like kind of more self-interested in protecting her current situation. And kind of similar with Eli. So yeah, and then also the like auxiliary characters are. One of them is really mean, and I didn't expect him to be mean at all, but he's pretty mean. But it's kind of interesting. So I don't know. I think it's best to just let them happen. I thought like, I'll go into this and I'll know everything, but I feel like you restrict yourself when you do that. So
yeah. But I feel like Animus being a little bit more self-interested is so good because that gives her so much room to grow and have like a dramatic character arc. Like, I feel like that's way more interesting than her starting off being where she has to be or ought to be. So that's exciting.
Especially since it's, I would say my book is like Dune meets 1984.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. You have no idea.
It's pretty like awful, and survival is a big interest of even the elites. Because I think it's, in a true dystopian society, no one can be safe. Like it has to be truly dangerous. And so Animus is like, she's scared.
Yeah.
Of losing everything. So, and also like, bringing dishonor to her province and her legacy. So, that's the vibe.
Yeah. So I think interestingly, so at least for Project Phoenix, a lot of this project was very much pantsed, very much discovery written in general. But the thing that I knew the most about was not the world, not the plot, but it was the characters. Like that's what I felt the most confident in, was the way that my characters are. And I don't know, like basically I had written down, like I figured out like their personality types, like especially their Enneagram types, because I'm into that stuff. I figured out I tried to come up with like a list of traits, and like some traits that were contradictory to each other to like create some tension. I knew kind of their goals, their main fears, their ambitions, all of those like character things that you typically figure out. But there are a lot of little things that I would discover along the way, like, oh, this character likes this smell, like little like arbitrary things that just kind of popped up, like the little more nuanced things. Although I will say that over the course of the draft, some of my characters have changed quite a bit. So initially, Vera, in the very, very early stages, I envisioned her as being a person that didn't want attention. But I have since changed it to be, she really wants attention, but she's afraid to ask for it. So there's just a lot more nuance to the way that her character is. So her behaviors are similar in a lot of ways. Like they're not changed that much between like the first draft and the second draft, but her internal monologue has changed dramatically. So yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go, Emily, or do you want me to go?
Sure, I can go. I was just kind of thinking what I typically do, like how much did I know? I think for me, it depends on the story and the characters in that story. For Project Stargazer, I feel like I knew quite a bit about my main character, mostly because she's the one kind of driving the plot forward. Everything happens because something happens in her life, and the rest of the plot elements are dominoes that kind of come out from that. So I think I had a pretty good idea of her personality. She's very I don't want to say like sassy, like she is, that is true, but she's just kind of very cynical about life, and it's kind of reactionary. She doesn't feel like she has a lot of control over her life. So I think a lot of the plot elements kind of come out from that. So learning more about the why, I guess, behind her behaviors was something that I've learned as I've continued to draft. But I really don't think she's changed that much from when I first met her. I just feel like I'm getting to know the reasoning behind some of her decision making, but she came out pretty much like fully formed for me. Nestor and Lucy, my other two, I could say like two main characters. Really, they're like is it deuteragonist, like the second?
Yeah.
So both of them, and like kind of in equal measure. I feel like I know a little bit about them, but I'm still learning a ton. And I'm 65,000 words into the first draft, which I'm writing in a very non-linear fashion, which I don't recommend to anyone because it's not fun. It's fun at the start because you're just like, I'm serotonin writing. I'm only doing things that are fun. And then you go to edit and you're like, oh my God. But I think when it comes to how much you know about the characters, a lot of it comes back to the plot. So like however much you know about the plot and the situations you're putting that character in, I guess the more you know about that character and how they're going to react. So if you are going off of vibes at the start, I feel like I don't often know very much about them. Nestor, I knew two things. I knew that he was a bit of an enigma, and I knew that he was a wanderer, and I knew very little else. And I knew one other thing that's very spoilery that I won't say, but that's about it. And as I've continued to draft, I've gotten to know him like a little bit better. But I think it's like meeting people. Like you think you know somebody, you have like a first impression, a general vibe, which is usually like pretty accurate, at least in my experience. But the more that you get to know people, the more time you spend with them, the more facets you'll see of their personalities start to come out. So I feel like you only get to know them better as you keep going.
That's so true.
I know for me, it's so funny because before I started writing AOS, I came up with 2 characters. And then I was like, I need another one. So I added in my 3rd character, and I only planned out those characters. And their eye colors switched like every other day. I need to really narrow down what their eye colors are. I always change eye colors and like hair and like physical descriptions. But I feel like I've always known like their backstories, especially for my main character Ace. Like it's been very integral to how the plot plays out, like his history and his past and his relationship with his dad. So I'd say that remains pretty consistent. But I know this isn't first draft, but with the second draft and discovering things later on down the line, I feel like I really was able to flesh out my other 2 main characters and to actually figure out like what are their motivations, what are their stakes in this situation, like outside of just being plot like movers and everything, like what are they trying to get out of the situation. So I think that it's important to like know your character's motivations going in and like why they're knowing what they're doing, but like there are other things that you can like kind of pick up down the line, and that can completely change. Because like there was one thing that I literally changed. Like I was writing draft 1 and I got to act 3 and I was like, actually this doesn't make sense, and I just acted like what I had written in the beginning was wrong. I was like, actually that's not true. Like my main character lied to you. And so now with rewriting, it's been a whole situation.
Yeah.
There's room for discovery, 100%.
Yeah, retroactively changing things, man. That should be like my job title now.
Literally. Honestly.
Okay. Question from Rye. How long did you plot your book for before diving in to write the first draft? That's a great question.
No, I'm like, wait.
I can go first if y'all need time to think.
Yeah, stage is yours, Hannah.
I think for me, I didn't plot very long. I came up with the idea for AOS like one day and then wrote chapter 1 in one sitting, didn't touch it for 3 months, came back and wrote the whole thing in 3 months. So I didn't do a lot of plotting. I did a lot of ruminating. But it helped because my story is inspired by an older work, I already had the guidelines of like this, and it's also a journey book. So I was like, clearly this is where things are needing to happen. So I had the emotional kind of arc of the characters planned out, and I knew where they were going. What was happening in those locations and what those locations looked like, I didn't know. So I was kind of a headlights writer in that way, and that every time I sat down to write, I could make up a new world, which I thought was very conducive to my writing process. But I also understand that plotting is important because revising, sometimes I made choices where I was like, what the heck was I doing? So yeah, that is how it worked for me. So it was very minimal plotting, very minimal character building, and I just ruminated and then off to the races.
Yeah, girl, I'm still plotting and I'm in the second draft. So, you know. Yeah.
It's constantly in a state of figuring out the plot.
Exactly. Welcome to discovery writing. The first half of the book at this point, I think, is very solid. I'm practically rewriting the whole thing in the second draft. But basically, long story short, so I did go in with an idea of what. I'm sorry, my cat just opened the door. Oh my gosh, that scared me.
Cats are so funny.
So, okay, yeah, so I completely lost my train of thought. Okay, I probably spent like 2 weeks maybe brainstorming the world and characters, and I had like the vaguest idea of a plot, like the vaguest idea, and then I started writing. So yeah, that was before the first draft. Tried to like figure it out the plot over the course of discovery writing the first draft. And then upon the second draft, I am changing a lot of it. So
I feel that.
Yep.
In my core.
For me, when I was in school, well, I'm a very type A person. So when I was in school, all of my writing that I would do, nonfiction, was very structured. Like, that's how it works. Like exactly what, especially because my degree was political science, there's like an exact format that you have to follow. So I went into this project. Well, I went into my fantasy project thinking the same way, and then I wrote pretty much exactly what I had outlined, but I hated that book. So then I started writing this book, and I read Save the Cat, and I spent, like 2 weeks basically. I basically outlined the big plot points. Oh, there's some thunder. The big plot points that I was really interested in having, and then in each chapter I had 3 scenes that I wanted to do. Is that happening? No. I thought that I would follow it to a T, but that's not happening at all. And so I don't even know what's happening. I was supposed to hit an exciting incident like a long time ago, and I'm on chapter like 6, almost 7. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just writing and hoping that I can figure it out later. Although it is very linear. What's happening in the book is in order. It makes sense. There's too much going on. I'm definitely writing too much. But yeah, I plotted for like 2 weeks, and I had already been thinking about the project like during the time that I was graduating, and when I stopped writing that fantasy project. So I don't know. I thought I was a plotter, but the more I write, the less that's true. So
I relate heavily to that.
Yeah.
I also would be like a huge plotter of like every detail figured out ahead of time. That is not been my experience either. I think I started plotting this one, like really thinking about plotting Stargazer for a couple months beforehand. Basically, like the idea for it came from like a weird dream that I had, like a very strange dream. And I woke up and I was like, okay, my subconscious is doing some crazy world building. I might have to do something with that. So I kind of thought about it and built the story around like the scene that had happened in the dream, which was the inciting incident. But I feel like so much of the drafting process for me has been jumping straight into the scene and kind of figuring out what's happening as I go, and then stepping back out of it and fine tuning and figuring out where the plot elements are kind of headed. Because for the first year of writing this story, I had the plot going in one direction, and then I realized that there's actually also a quest happening as like a secondary plot thread that's super important to keep things moving forward. So really, like, it's always changing. I feel like you're never not plotting while you're writing, especially in the earlier drafts. Like I would say even up to like draft 4, you're still probably making like developmental edits and changes. So I don't feel like you need to have everything all plotted out and all organized, although you can try. I did for like probably a month or 2, just like mapping everything out, trying to make sense of it as much as I could. I had a lot of like FaceTime calls with my little sister, who was my like book's original champion. She was like, this doesn't make sense. I don't understand this. How does this work? Which
I love that.
Really helpful to kind of ask these questions, because I was wondering that too. And I'm like, I don't know how to answer.
Siblings are honest.
It exists. And then she's like, and how does this work? And I'm like, shoot, I have to solve that. Okay. So I feel like plotting happens organically as you're going, and the best way to finish out the plotting process is just to start and kind of see what happens. That's my advice.
Perfect. Everyone answered right. I completely blanked.
I think so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to leave anyone out. I realized that I never went back to the comments right after we started. So we do have like 3 more questions, but we might want to save them, I think. But we did have comments after we stopped sprinting. So Miranda got distracted by her movie, which was supposed to be noise. I feel that. Joy's just over here crushing it.
Yes.
Obviously. Correct. What else would she be doing?
Well, I can tell you. Not always.
Joy, do you watch Emma Chamberlain?
I do, not actively anymore, but I did for a while.
She has this cat that's always like biting her robe and making muffins in her robe. You should watch her last video, her most recent video.
Oh my gosh.
Because it reminded me of you. I was like, Joy's cat is always in the frame.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, he cannot be apart from me, apparently.
That's so sweet, though.
He's a sweet boy.
Nicole got distracted and didn't write anything. Real. That's been my entire day until now. I've just been drawing LOL. Real. I drew too. Crazy. Hi, friends. Hi, Tia. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Love nuance because makes the character very realistic. Love that, Joy. Facts. We need contradicting goals.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
OMG, so true, Emily. You gotta spend time with them. Dang, Hannah. Yeah. What time is it for you guys? 8:08.
8:08 for me.
8:08 for me.
Ooh,
Eastern.
Me listening to Hannah after spending 2.5 years plotting. Girl. It helps that it's based off another book, okay? Because in my previous project, when I go to replot that thing, I'm going to have a field day because I cannot plot for the life of me. It took me forever to understand what plot was. My cat is also a professional door opener, can relate. Save the cat is awesome. Amelia, I feel you. Overwriters unite.
Solidarity. That's me too.
Physically cannot underwrite, LOL. Oh my gosh. I feel for you, Tia. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I can't. Do we want to be ready to go into another one? We have 3 other questions if we want to answer one more. Or do we want to go ahead and go into it?
We have to dry our clothes on a clothesline. And it's windy and they're literally all flying away. So I'm going to get my clothes, okay?
Yeah, go do that. Protect your clothes.
Save them. Not save the cat, save the clothes.
Yeah, right?
Send help. Okay, so we could get into a sprint when she gets back? Or do you want to start another question? It's up to you.
Either way, sorry, I just had a moment.
Okay. I was going to say, if there's one that's like a relatively quick, or that we think there's going to be like a shorter answer to, maybe we can do that one. But if there's anything really fast. Deep dive.
we have this one.
Okay.
We have this one. And we have this one. I think the last one's probably going to be the
I think
shortest.
that's
It's more of a yes or no.
Yeah. Okay, do you think you could survive in the world of your story? What do we think?
Clarifying question. Are you like, is it survive as in like you being one of the protagonists that is in the dangerous situations, or survive as in just an ordinary person?
That is a good question.
It's a great follow-up, yeah.
Because I think that changes the answer.
Oh, Amelia said y'all can just sprint. It's okay.
Well, it's okay. We'll just answer this one. Then.
Okay,
We're
we'll
on
answer.
the front lines. Okay.
Okay. Front
We're on
lines.
the front-
So I think like, yeah, so we are the protagonist at that point, I guess. I think.
Or like in, say you have an academy, you're in that academy.
Yeah,
You know,
similar
you're a Hogwarts
situation.
student. Yeah, I don't know. You're on the quest.
I think yes. I think.
I'm also so glad you asked this because like I asked a similar question in like 2 streams, and then I was like, okay, I can't use it anymore. So I'm glad you asked it again because I love hearing people's answers to this. I think I would survive book 1 world. As for the other books, I'm not so sure. But I think I'd survive book 1.
Okay, I'm back.
Barely.
Welcome back.
I just see through the window my shirt flying off into the distance.
Oh no.
Fun times. Okay.
Okay, not gonna lie. This might sound ridiculous, but since I've started running, like in the last year or so, and like just generally been more physically fit, because I've never been like that fit before, but like since I started running, I feel like I'm a little bit like I would have a higher chance of surviving because like I feel like I'm a little bit more capable in that area, and there is a lot of running in my book. I have to run away from things all the time. So
you're just training to survive your world is what I'm
hearing. Exactly. So I do think that my chances are a little bit higher. I think that I would have to be pretty lucky. But if I had like magical abilities like these characters do,
Hey, you good?
I think that maybe I might be able to. It's not like so deadly. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's somewhat high stakes. You could die, but I think that I could survive, probably.
We're answering questions.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Especially if I receive like the same training, you know, that my people got. So it's a fairly like grounded book in a lot of ways. I mean, it has magic, but it's not like I don't know. It's not Jujutsu Kaisen. It's not a shonen anime. Like,
No, that
What
makes
about you, Amelia?
There's so much going on right now.
I don't even know.
There's thunder, so my dog is barking.
oh
I'm
no.
scared of thunder. The clothes are flying away. Can I survive?
Can
No.
we survive this world today?
I know.
Maybe a better
The
question.
thunder. Could I survive? No. Nobody's surviving. The
Oh my gosh.
lower class people, very high risk of dying. The upper class people, it depends, I guess. There's like a rank where it's like very similar vibes to the capital citizens. And then there's another like higher level of people who I'm not going to say their name because that would be a spoiler. There's like a lot of like losing your sanity and stuff, so it wouldn't be good. I wouldn't make it.
Tia, not the plague.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Kara's, I can't swim IRL, so no, I'm not. This
I-
side family.
No.
Oh girl. Wow.
I am dying.
That is actually hilarious. That is so
I
funny.
feel like it's so metal that you're writing a seaside fantasy, even though you can't swim. I love it.
That's crazy. Are you guys ready to sprint?
I
Yeah.
think so.
You thinking
Yeah.
30?
I
Yeah.
think 30. Yeah, I think 30 is good.
We'll see how much steam I've got. I gotta like get back into the right mindset, you know?
Kira says, oh my gosh, sorry. My husband just banged on the window in front of me.
That's okay.
He has a habit of doing this when I'm in streams because I have a window and he likes to scare me.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
The ocean is truly terrifying.
Oh,
It
this
is
is so
terrifying. I
big.
grew up next to the ocean, and yeah, it's genuinely horrifying. So
none of my
I don't blame
business.
you.
So fair.
Also,
And
space.
Tia-
I used to have
Mhm.
nightmares as a kid of getting sucked into a black hole, or like I used to have nightmares that I like would leave the atmosphere and I'd just be floating off, and there
Oh my
was nothing I could do.
That is
And-
horrifying.
I don't know what was wrong with me. That's what I was scared of as a kid, was getting sucked into space.
I was scared of quicksand because I
I
feel
wouldn't
like
have made it.
the
Yeah.
quicksand vibe.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a bigger concern than it actually was, but that's how I thought it was quicksand, ill-placed quicksand, and that's
Mhm.
for me.
Wait, Amelia, is sorry, we can sprint in a second. But Amelia,
Go ahead.
is your project like, is it kind of like a space opera? Because you mentioned Dune, so is it kind of like that, like Red Rising, Dune vibes a little bit?
Yeah, Red Rising. It's set on a planet, and then its moon also.
Okay,
But there's like off-world people.
nice, nice.
And there's the old empire and the new empire.
Love it.
It's
Okay.
great. I love it.
Well,
It's so cool.
I mean, honestly, I think that we just tend to write about the things that scare us. So,
Oh, 100%. And also, I've always been a big science girl, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle the math. So I wanted to do physics, but I couldn't do it, you know? So this is like my little sneaky way of
there you go.
doing the science, but not having to actually do it.
I'm literally in the same boat. That's why I couldn't do engineering. I was like, guys, I gotta go write stories about science instead. Because like this is not it.
That's the fun thing about science. I don't want to do the math. The only interesting thing about the science is like the concepts.
Yeah.
I seriously am the same exact way. I just hate doing math. So I love science though. It was always like my favorite subject when I was a kid. But as soon as I got to high school, I mean, I still like my science classes, but the math parts, I was always like, ugh.
Tears. And calculus. Oh, calculus. That was the worst time of my life.
I made it to Calc 2.
Same. And I was crying every day.
Amelia, I have to ask, is your book going to be a standalone or a series?
It's a trilogy. Hopefully.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I talked about it. Yeah. I can imagine it being really long. Like really long. Like Red Rising, it's like 7 books.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm always too ambitious, and then I end up like hating my life. So we're gonna call it a trilogy, and then we'll see what happens.
Hey, an open-ended trilogy is great.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay, we ready?
Yes.
I think so.
Perfect. Okay, let's start writing in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Thank you.
How did it go?
Hang on, I have to figure out how many words I wrote. I don't know.
I started making dinner, so no writing.
Dinner's the best.
Oh, hang on. I need to turn off my air conditioning. It's so loud.
Also, Charlie's here.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
My apologies.
You're good.
It's like so hot in this attic without it, but it's so loud. So I cannot like film or live stream with it on.
Oh no. You're just there like burning up.
Yeah, but it's fine. Well, it's like since it's been running for like the last 30 minutes, you know, it's fine now. Well, then, yeah.
That makes sense.
I calculated my word count. I got 509 words.
Dang, Joy.
Crushing.
We're killing it.
Yeah, I did not think that was going to happen because I did go downstairs and get myself a snack and ate it. So I didn't think I was going to have that much time, but I guess I got kind of on another roll, but I started getting a little bit tired towards the end there.
Fair.
Very fair. What did I do? I looked at my paper and then I revised my calendar for finishing this draft because I have to go back and revise 3 chapters. So I was like, I need to move my calendar around, and somehow still it's the end of August, which is good, but that means I'm giving myself less time to do everything else. And then I was like, okay, I'll edit a little bit of chapter 17 because at least I know what's going on here. And I'm able to edit this without it being affected by anything that happens in the previous stuff. Because, like, if I try to write anything new without going back, like, it could be a waste because I need to know, like, the past, to, like, know how to fix the future. But yeah, and then like I was trying to figure out small details like ages and stuff, and then I was like, oh my gosh, do I need to change this character's age? Like what?
Yeah.
So yeah, but my characters have been back and forth about ages this whole time. So yeah. What about you guys?
I'm cooking eggs. In the back, I'm very concerned about them. I don't want them to boil over.
Yeah,
well, you'll just get up and check on them every so often.
Yeah.
That's important.
Mine did not go awesome.
No.
I don't know. I thought that like today I was gonna be on my writing grind and everything was gonna be awesome. And I feel like I did that thing where you tug at an errant plot thread.
Oh
You're
no.
like, oh, I have to like, what's this? And then everything unravels. And I feel like not completely, like the whole thing doesn't have to be scrapped, of course. But I have some questions now. Figuring out basically like how to answer those questions and first figure out like which ones are worth answering, which ones I can just be like, that's a draft 2 problem. So I'm in like a weird spot. I think my story is very ambitious. There's like 3 different timelines that contain really important plot information that are revealed like out of order. Obviously there's a lot of like flashbacks. So trying to keep all of the events that happened in the like distant past, the recent past, and the present straight is hard. And it's also triple POV, although all the POVs are in the present day. There's a couple like flashbacks, but like for the most part it's in the present day. And then there's also just like a million subplots. Like truly, I think there's like 10 subplots, which is a lot and it's overwhelming. And I did this to myself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. Who did this to me? Literally me.
Yeah.
Versus me. But yeah. I made a list of some of the subplots too. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's just like, try to figure out each character's starting line. Like, where are we? What are they trying to do before the inciting incident like knocks them off course and has them to do this other thing? And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to write all of these things? Like, how am I going to have enough words? So we will see. We're 0 words today, this whole time. I'm getting some stuff out, but I have not used my clicky keyboard at all. It makes me really sad, but that's okay.
Sometimes you need the brainstorming session in order
It's
to
true.
like.
My dude.
That
You
is
just
so
showed up.
He says, hi, welcome to my
It's
channel.
so cute.
I actually
It's
can't.
like,
So
excuse
sweet.
me.
Well, it looks like the chat got some stuff done. Charlie had to pause, then had to take her dog outside, but managed to write maybe 2 sentences of backstory.
Hey, 2 sentences is better than 0, which is what I'm rocking with right now. So good
Is that
job.
True.
Are you working? I'd be interested to know, Charlie, are you working on your new project? Because I'm so ready. Okay. Read through chapter 9 again. My eyes are starting to burn. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Not the endless cycle of rereading. But we have some good news because Kara hit 1,086 words for the day. That is
That's
amazing.
a great word count.
About how like you were struggling to get into the mindset for a while. So that's like
true.
really good.
Yeah.
That's good for you. I hope the changing locations help. So true. I was like, oh, Joy. Thank you, and go us, Flex. I'm working on my new project. I'm making the intro to the project vlog today too. LOL. Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I already did the project mood board and some character sketches, etc.
Very fun.
Okay, I love that. See, everyone's so ready. We're like waiting just for the video to upload. I'm so ready. So we have, okay, in the chat, if you guys have any more questions, let us know, but we do have 2 from earlier. If we want to go in and do that. And we have Kara's, which is fave and least fave part of first drafts. I'm gonna have to think about this one.
Okay, I'm just gonna go off the cuff.
Yeah, go off the cuff.
I've barely thought about it, but we're gonna verbally process. Okay.
Here you go.
Favorite part. I think that my favorite part of writing the first draft, there's this like sense of freedom and this. So with the way that I write my first drafts, my approach is a very messy approach. I use brackets liberally. Like I just am like, yeah, like if something is not coming to me, like my primary goal is to get through it and like move on to the next section and just like keep the momentum moving. So like if I don't know something about a scene or if I don't know a world building detail, I bracket it and move on. We'll deal with that later. So like I don't know, there's just this, it's so chaotic and I kind of love that because it just, I feel like there's a lot of momentum basically. The thing that I don't like is not knowing what the heck is going on. And like I don't know, like on the one hand, since I am a little bit more of a discovery writer most of the time, I think I'm always going to just lean that way. In future projects, I think I'll try to prepare a little bit more, but generally I just do my best writing and brainstorming while I'm in the thick of it and doing it, and writing the characters because I have to like get in their heads to really understand what's happening and like what the plot is. So yeah, but there is a lot of discomfort in, at least for me personally. It's like on the one hand, I lean into the chaos and the freedom of it. In the first draft, I do love the freedom of feeling like, oh, it can suck and it's fine, you know? Whereas the second draft that I'm writing right now, I'm feeling a lot more pressure, even though it is a rewrite and like pretty much all the words I'm writing down are brand new. Like I feel a lot more pressure for it to be polished, but the first draft, I didn't feel that pressure as much because I sort of like let go of that pressure. And yeah, but at the same time, yeah, it's that I don't really know what's happening next. I don't feel as confident in certain scene choices. I just vomit it out and hope for the best type of deal and then deal with it later, which is what I'm doing now. So I don't know if it's the best approach, but it's my approach.
Honestly, my answer is like basically your answer.
Love that.
I'll just say it in my way, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say my favorite thing is just watching the story come to be, because I feel like first drafts are so organic. And then when you go to edit, it's a lot more like you're twisting and turning things and like forcing things and putting this over here and this over here and like shoving this over here.
Yeah.
Literally, like I'm getting beat up, but I like that it's so organic when things are going well, that it feels organic. And I say my least favorite part is just like the lack of. I'm just saying what Joy is saying, the lack of not knowing what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you guys?
Oh, for me, it's like being able to do something fun for once. Like I've been doing like such straightforward, like no personality, no creativity, data research, and that's not fun. And like statistics. So yeah, it's fun to just do something fun and creative, and also to experience the feeling of progressively getting better as I do it more, and feeling more like when I first started writing, it felt just so uncomfortable and like impossible, and now it still feels that way a lot, but it more and more feels like I can just let go and write, and that's been really cool and fun to experience that like shift in like doing something creative and accepting it and not having to like expect that it's gonna turn out to be like a science. Is the question also least fave? Least fave, kind of the same thing. It's like really hard for me to let go and to be, let things be ugly and raw and embarrassing. But it's kind of cool to be able to like see that. So also, yeah, I think just there it is. My least fave is just the constant not ever knowing what's happening.
Yeah.
I am so excited to do revisions because then at least I'll have something.
Yeah. You're working from something.
Yeah.
I completely relate. I think my favorite part of drafting has definitely been the early stages where like a lot of the ideas are kind of coming to you and you're making connections between these things that were previously like not connected. So that part I really like. I wish that part was longer. I feel like it's quite short. It's not a very long period. And my least favorite part of like first drafts and drafting is like probably everything else. Yeah, I am a very structured person. Like I like rubric, I like rules, like I like knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is hilarious that I decided to be a writer because that never happens in that space. But yeah, I think not knowing what's going on and feeling, as Amelia touched on, like an immense pressure to make it good right off the jump is really debilitating sometimes. And I think that maybe this is being colored by the fact that I'm like not having my best writing day today. So I think that's part of it. So obviously take this with a grain of salt. This is maybe not my answer all the time, but I think, yeah, drafting is really, really hard because so much of it requires you to just like be resilient and keep at it, even if it's not giving anything back to you, which can be really tough. Like it sometimes feels like you're pouring from an empty cup creatively. And the only way to, I don't know, keep doing it or the only way to make any progress is to just keep doing it. And eventually it will work, even if it feels like it won't.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you're drafting, especially in your first draft, I feel like you have to make so many little decisions, like so many and big decisions too. And that's like exhausting, because it's like constant doubt of, okay, is this the right decision? Is this the right way for this character to react in this circumstance? Is this the right like thing to happen? Does this make sense in the plot? I don't know. It's a lot of decision making, and it takes a lot out of you. That's for sure. Yeah.
100%.
So we have like 4 more questions. And if you guys want to do another sprint after that works for me, but I'm also good with calling it after we answer these. So it depends how much of these we answer right now on what you guys want to do.
I'm starving, so I will probably go either way.
Yeah.
But
eat your
whatever
eggs.
y'all want to do.
Yeah.
How about we rapid fire and then we call? Is that good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, perfect. We are going to do rapid fire. First, we have, how do you handle writer's block or burnout? I'll go first because I was already looking at it, so that helps.
Yeah.
I'd say writer's block, let go of like perfection. I feel like perfection is a big thing. When you have a lot of pressure to make things perfect, you're going to be staring at a blank page forever. So give yourself a time limit, just write, and then keep what you have and keep going. I'd say for burnout, that's a completely different question.
Mhm.
I'd say it's important to take a break, and people really emphasize outpouring creativity, but it's also important to have some input creativity. So like letting yourself do things that really fuel you creatively will help a lot. And just taking a break. So yeah. Those are my answers.
Grass.
Mhm.
Go outside.
Yeah, honestly.
I think writer's block, you need to read more. If you're
Mhm.
not reading, you're not going to be writing. Also, though, there's a level of like, we live in a capitalist society that wants us to constantly be creating and producing things. And sometimes it's okay to not. Sometimes it's okay to just stop for a little bit and
Mhm.
give it time. Like, things can take time. So maybe that's just what you need. Burnout for
Yeah.
me is a sign that I'm overwhelming myself. And something has to give. So
Mhm.
I'll like see what can give, or just kind of, because what you don't want to happen is to give up everything.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, handling burnout in the moment is like a different thing than preventing it. I just try my best to prevent it, although sometimes that it doesn't happen. But yeah, writer's block, I try to read, or I just try to breathe and get a
Mhm.
moment away to do nothing, as much
Mhm.
as I can.
Yeah. I think for me with writer's block, I usually push through because for me, writer's block usually happens if I just feel stuck in a scene. So either I'll skip that scene or I'll just write something, anything, just to like push through it. And if that like still doesn't work, I'll do like a free write, like kind of try to like break open my creative juices again. Like that just helps me. Yeah, free writing, brain dumping, brainstorming. I mean, I did that earlier today where I was really starting to like stall in my scene, and I just opened up a separate document and just wrote like a brain dump, 3,000 words, and then now I'm having a really good writing evening because I'd got all of the knots out of my head and put it on the page, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I can breathe again a little bit, and I have a little bit more of a sense of direction for the scene. And yeah, so that's writer's block. Burnout, yeah, honestly the same as everyone else. Like for me, refilling your creative well, but for me that tends to be like reading books. It just like inspires me, it refreshes me, and then yeah, looking at like how much is on my plate. I think what Amelia said is really, really true. It usually means that you probably just have too much going on, in like all the areas of your life, and not that you want to drop everything, but just try to tweak the balance a bit, give yourself a bit more rest and a bit of a break. So
Awesome. Next question. What are your favorite things to do in between writing sprints from a girl who loves to doom scroll in between bouts of productivity? I think people talk about this a lot, but like context switching or something, like doing something else that is still productive, but like uses a different facet of your brain. Like sometimes I'll go get a chore done that I need to do, or stare off into space and think and just take a break. And then other thing I'd probably say, I watch author tube videos. It's an addiction, it's a problem. So yeah. Those are mine because they inspire me, and then I'd be like, oh, maybe I should write now. So
I love baking and cooking. That's like one of my other hobbies. So I like to cook like real elaborate meals or bake. That's like a big thing for me because I just feel like I have to have something that I'm not, because I write and I also do videos, so they're like very connected. So sometimes watching AuthorTube or watching videos is like too much in that world. So yeah, I like to like bake and cook, and that's like something that's completely devoid of all of that like work and thinking, and it's just like something that I get to do. So yeah, turns my brain off.
I can go next if you want to. I think that, yeah, anything tactile, like whether that's going out for a walk or like going to a workout class or like doodling or doing something totally different and like putting my brain on ice for a little bit, that's useful. I also do doom scroll on my phone. I love a good doom scroll. So it really just depends on the day and like what I'm getting out of the writing session. Yeah, I like to do like chores or putter around, or like call a friend. Honestly, especially if I had a writing session that went really badly, or like I'm running into plot issues. Sometimes the like phone a friend and go, okay, am I being crazy about the way that I've structured this, or like this is the problem? Can you help me like troubleshoot? That can be super helpful too. That's more for like a longer break in between sessions, less of the like, oh, I'm taking a quick 15. But yeah, I would say just like doing something different usually helps me. But I try, if I'm have momentum going, I don't want to take too long of a break doing something that's going to make me like fully switch gears. Like I want to be able to switch back pretty easily. So yeah, I would say like chores or some sort of like workout or going for a walk or something like that. That's usually what I do.
Love a walk.
Yeah. So if I'm like writing in the middle of the day, or like I stole away to write for a little bit because I really wanted to, I have 2 young kids. So usually I don't really finish my writing sprint that I set out to do. They just find me, and I have to get up after 10 minutes to go help my kids. So frankly, like that's usually what it ends up being, is just being a mom for however long until I can get back to writing again. So if I'm being completely honest, that's what it usually ends up being for me. And then, but if I had the choice, I do have a lot of hobbies. So I would probably like, if I were having a really peaceful evening and wanted to structure it so that I was breaking up writing sprints, I would probably like go for a run because I love running, or walk, just going outside, or crocheting or doodle. Like I love to draw as well. So anything like that. Heck, even reading, or like reading poetry to sort of like do a little bit of vocal training. Yeah, I would do any of those things.
Joy, do you ever do embroidery?
I haven't yet, actually.
So fun.
I've thought about it because I really love how it looks, but I just haven't gotten into it. Yeah.
You can do crazy stuff. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of these days, man. I love all the grandma hobbies. I guess running is like my only non-grandma hobby.
So the questions have multiplied.
Oh my gosh.
I think the best way to do this is we each answer one more.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Nice.
And so I will show you guys all of the ones that are left, and then when we'll go around and you just let me know. So
Okay.
we have one from Charlie. I recently finished my first draft. Yay! Any revisions, must-have, do's, etc. And then from Nicole, we have how much of you is reflected in your characters. We have what are your favorite traits or little details or anything about your favorite character in your whip. And how do you handle the guilt when you do take writing breaks, especially long ones? So Joy, you're first.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
If you need time, it's okay. We'll keep going.
So I would say
it's okay.
I might do Charlie's because
Okay.
I am kind of revising. Whereas I know like Amelia and Emily are still kind of in the first draft trenches, so I don't want to like leave those. I want to, yeah. So let's see. I'll have to think about that though. Honestly, I mean, there are so many things. I think I'm currently very much in a like rewriting developmental edit phase. I'm not like in the line editing phase. I am really excited for line editing and getting really granular. Like that's going to be my favorite part. I am making it pretty and polished. Oh, I can't wait. But right now I'm pretty much just rewriting. I think so because I am not like an outliner per se. Like I didn't go in with. I think I've gone on and on about the fact that I'm a discovery writer in this live stream, so you get the idea. Doing a reverse outline was huge for me initially. Basically, what that means is I went through and instead of I did not make an outline going into writing my book or the first draft, but I at the end of the first draft when I reread it, I like basically summarized each of the chapters roughly. And that just gave me a bird's eye view of what the heck was going on with the plot and with the book. And that just helped me to identify certain pacing issues like right off the bat and things that I wanted to change right off the bat. So I made the reverse outline and then I already had some developmental edits before I even sat down to start writing the second draft. And that was honestly really helpful. The other thing is that in Scrivener, you can have like a dual page thing where it's like I have my first draft on the left and my second draft on the right. And so while I'm writing the second draft, because I am rewriting the whole thing, I just have the first draft as a reference because roughly, I mean, I'm deleting some scenes and adding different scenes, but there are several scenes that they are roughly the same, like they have like the same setting and the same characters present. So there are a few little things I can pull over. And it's just easier to have the original scene on right there on the left while I'm writing. And yeah, I guess from there, it's just I am rewriting most of it, but at least I have a reference point right next to me as I write it. And I do love that function of Scrivener. Oh, okay. Third thing and final thing that I just randomly thought of. I personally, so I wrote the entire, everyone has a different process and like what format they prefer to write in. But for me personally, I wrote the entire first draft in Helvetica, a sans serif font. It's very, it felt very casual. Like
Love it.
we're just chilling out here. But for my second draft, because I want my second draft to feel more polished, I am drafting the whole thing in a serif font. I think it's no or something like that. And it's just it automatically looks and feels more like a book. For the first draft, I liked having it be like loosey-goosey and it's casual. It's not a real book yet. It helped my mindset of not feeling too perfectionistic. But since I am wanting it to be more polished, having the shift and also being able to like see them side by side and they're different, it just helps my brain. So yeah.
I love that.
Okay, I'll do how much of you is reflected in your characters. Eli is nothing like me at all, which makes it really hard to write him because he's a different gender. So the way he perceives the world is really like, well, I mean, I guess men can think, very differently, but the way that Eli is he's pretty flat and like non-emotional at the beginning. So the sentences are very like da 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 da, and there's not much description going on. And then Animus, her internal monologue is very similar to me. I've always felt like very connected to her. So the way she thinks is very similar to me. And also like her insecurities are very similar to me. And I feel like it's hard to not do that with your characters. Like we all see the world in a certain way. So how we write is going to reflect that. But obviously I don't live on a different planet and I'm not doing the things that she's doing. So like I have no idea how I would react in the situations that she's in. But she is a lot like harder and a lot more hardened than me. She's like the most angsty version of me. So she's like me, but like turned the notches up, At first, yeah, I was like worried about that because I hear some people say like that you shouldn't make your characters like you, but there's no way I can't do that.
I feel like it's a little
She's
bit
so sweet.
inevitable to
Yeah.
have something. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Eli is like the version of me that people don't really see, and then Animus is like me that people know.
Oh, interesting.
I like that.
Love.
So he is like me, but just like like very like subconscious.
Yeah, he's like your shadow self.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Love that.
Oh,
What
that's so
about you,
cool.
Emily?
I think I'll do Tia's question, I think.
Okay,
How do you handle the guilt when you do take long writing breaks? Because this is something that I struggle with. So I think one of the areas that I struggle with the most is consistency, especially when life gets busy. I had a job change back at the end of February, and the first year in a new job, like anyone will tell you, is just kind of a mess.
Yeah.
So you're learning a new job, a new industry, a new company. So I feel like I've taken way more writing breaks and content breaks, honestly, than I intended to this year as a result of that. The last couple of weeks, I've just been working like a ton of overtime, and I've like barely had enough energy to kind of keep myself going. So I think recognizing that your art is directly related to your well-being is kind of a very like liberating idea. At least it was for me. Like you can only like I don't know, creative energy, like Hannah was saying, there's like inputs and outputs. And if you don't have time to input a lot of stuff, it's harder to create and to do anything sort of more than just the baseline, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm not very eloquent today, apparently. That's
You're
fine.
good.
No, you are. I'm
No, that was so well put.
Oh, thank you. I think the guilt never really goes away because I know, especially creating on AuthorTube, like I have a bunch of videos that I've planned out or ones that I've shot partially, or if I'm just like in a weird headspace and I'll like start filming a video and then I'll like abandon it partway through because I just really don't have the energy to push through whatever the challenge is. That can be really difficult. And so the guilt doesn't really go away, but I think recognizing that you have to take care of yourself and that the guilt isn't really productive. I think of it too, like Amelia talked before about like there's this capitalistic pressure to always be creating and doing more and optimizing and being as efficient as possible. And so I think a lot of the guilt there isn't necessarily guilt that comes internally. I think it's like superimposed on us from external factors. And so this pressure to be productive, I fall into it too. So I feel like I get it, but it isn't something that like is yours. So you can almost like choose to step away from it for a time at least, because obviously it doesn't go away forever. But I think that's been super helpful, and recognizing too that sometimes what you need in those moments is connection or support, especially in writing communities where we all know the good, the bad, and the ugly of this thing that we all love to do. We have good days, we have bad days. We have the ability to like lean on one another and get support from each other on days where like maybe you have a lot less to give and you need that support. Leaning on your network and having other people kind of give you the energy that you're lacking to kind of get you over that hump. But I also think like taking long breaks from things is actually good because you will come back to it. Like if you care enough, you will come back to it. And so nothing is ever really and truly done and over, and you get to decide what works for you. Nobody else knows the best path forward for your story. Maybe it's a 10-year break. It's maybe a bit long, but like maybe that's what your story needs. Maybe it needs to you need to ruminate on it for a good long while before you can jump back into it. And then finally, I think just taking writing breaks in general is something that is influenced by so many other things that we're doing day to day. And I think I kind of already mentioned this, but like when you work 9 to 5, I know Tia's a mom, so like that's a huge chunk of your time, of your focus, your energy, your attention, your brain power. And so writing is one of those things that often gets knocked off the list. Like it's the like least important, I say with heavy air quotes, because obviously it's still super important. And sometimes you have to prioritize other stuff, and that's okay. Because your art, like I said, it's like always going to be there. if you want to go back to it, yeah, just try as much as you can to be kind to yourself, because letting that guilt eat away at you is only going to put you further back from where you want to be. Easier said than done, I know. I'm saying the advice that I need to take myself. So yeah, hopefully the two of us can make something happen. But yeah, I would say breaks are productive, rest is productive, and you got this.
Mm-hmm.
That was some serious knowledge you just dropped.
That was so beautiful. And you were saying that you weren't eloquent today. Come on
now.
My brain is scrambled eggs. My brain is Amelia's eggs.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, just on that note, like I try to remember, writing is art, not a product. Like, don't treat it like a product, and don't treat yourself like someone that's making a product. So many books have literally took 10 years to write. That's okay. And they've lasted like the test of time.
Yeah.
Yes. Emily, when it's your TED Talk, please invite me.
Oh gosh.
Okay, I will answer our last one. I'll try to make it quick. Favorite traits or little details or anything about your favorite character in your whip? I did a lot of thinking of this, and it's still difficult for me. I'd probably say my favorite traits are like the way my characters like describe each other. So like my main character describes one of the other main characters as like his hair looks like a tumbleweed, like it's very wild. And I love that. I love little things like that where you can make metaphors that connect to the character, because my main character like loves to sketch, and like they live in a desert and they love to draw these things, and they're like, that's what his hair looks like. So that's probably one of my favorite ones. And that same character whose hair looks like a tumbleweed also, well, I kind of changed that in draft 2, but like never mind.
You're
like,
good.
I just love the way that they look. I love looking at them through the lens of other people. So I think so yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
don't know if that answers it, but there you go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that brings us to the end. So wait, okay. There, I figured out how to hide it. I think that brings us to the end. Also, Amelia needs to go eat her eggs, so we're going to go ahead here. But we would go around and tell everybody where to find you. That way, if they don't already know who you are, they can keep up with you and your writing projects and everything. So go ahead, Joy.
So I suddenly felt like I was gonna sneeze, but then it went away. So okay. Hi, my name is Joy. I no longer have to sneeze. But it did just start raining outside. Okay, anyway. Yeah. You can find me at my YouTube channel, Write with Joy. I also have an Instagram page that is mostly barren, but I'm going to try to post on it. Sometimes I do post like stories and stuff, actually. So, your
stories are fire. I love the drawings. They're my favorite.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
No, seriously. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So a video about that.
One of these days, maybe, yeah. But anyway, so what did I say what my YouTube is? It's Write with Joy, and then my Instagram is Write with Joy with an extra Y. And yeah, I make writing vlogs, sometimes like writing craft chats. And like I dabble in like books a little bit too, like book content, but I'm not like really a booktube account either. So I don't know. I like straddle the line a little bit, but mainly writing vlogs. So yeah, you can follow along. I have a playlist that's getting pretty chunky if you want to go back and follow my journey. So yeah.
If you don't follow Joy, get on it.
Yeah.
Like,
seriously.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
My channel is Amelia is Writing. I also have an Instagram, but there's nothing on there. There's just like a couple reels, so you're not really missing much over there. Yeah, I write sci-fi and I do writing vlogs. I really want to film some video essays. I think that'd be fun.
That'll be so good.
But I really like making semi-cinematic content, so
it's beautiful
that's the vibe over there.
Your videos are always so stunning. Like,
Yeah.
You're so creative
like,
with the
oh
way
my
that you present your information. It's awesome.
I love editing. It's
12 out of 10.
addiction. So
Love. Well, I'm Emily. You can find me here on YouTube, as we previously determined what my handle was. It's Emily H. Thompson. So I do mostly writing vlogs. I really need to write it down on a sticky note or something. I do mostly writing vlogs, documenting my journey through my first draft, with like little bits of lifestyle sprinkled in. Mostly I'm usually writing, so my vlogs are what I'm doing most of the time. I'm a 9-to-5 girly, so that's a little bit in there too. And then I also have an Instagram account for my writing. It's Emily Thompson Writes. I don't post on it too much. I'm hoping that will change soon. I just posted on it on Thursday, I believe, with a little more information about Project Stargazer if you're curious. So I did that. But yeah, you can find me mostly on YouTube, but a little bit on Instagram as well. I have another video that I'm editing right now, probably what I'm going to do after our stream ends.
Yeah.
And that one's gonna be chunky. That one right now is an hour, which is the longest video I've ever made.
I'm so excited and sad for this, Emily.
A feature film.
Yeah.
What? That's
Actually,
so long.
it's a vlog. It's just like a weekly vlog. I couldn't shut up apparently, because all of the talking footage for me is super, super long. But if you like that, if you like the kind of content, then maybe consider checking out my channel.
Give it to me.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are on my channel, HGF Writes. You can also find me on Instagram at HGF Writes. I'm posting a lot more on Instagram these days because brief break from YouTube, but I will be back. And we have more live streams. We have a live stream next week, I think. Don't count me on that. I'll let you guys know when it comes up. And I also have TikTok. But I don't know if I'm actually going to keep that because it's been like 2 months since I posted anything. We'll see. It's up in the air. You can follow me there while I'm there. And I have some fun old vlogs of me writing draft 1, which you guys have probably never seen. But yeah.
We love historical footage. No, I think that's so fun, especially for you to look back on too. So
yeah, that's where I was before YouTube, guys.
There you go.
But yeah, thank you guys. I'm so glad that we all got to write together. This was really fun, really productive. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just great to make new friends and to get to write together. It's really fun.
Yes, love authors.
Thank you for hosting, Hannah. Thanks for
thank you.
I do my best. I try.
So good.
Everyone, we're so glad that you are here because you're the whole reason why this is awesome. Like the questions, fire tonight.
Honestly, yeah. The questions were incredible.
Like you guys came through, and I'm extremely proud. And I hope you guys were able to make so much progress.
Ian, you always show up for everything. Like you are always around, and I love it. Thank you so much for being so active.
Yes.
Like I can always count on Ian showing up.
The collective thanks to Ian. Thank you for always being here.
We all appreciate Ian.
When is Ian gonna be on a stream?
I think he has been
one at least. Yeah.
Really? He's in Evelyn's, I think, at least twice.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Watch back. I was quiet all night, but I was here. See, your presence wasn't enough. Your presence
is good. Yes.
Everything. But we're going to end it. Thank you guys so much. And wishing you the best of luck on your whips. This is your reminder that you can write that book. Bye.
Bye.
Pushing the end stream button.